My name is Rayanne Williams. I am now 45 years old. I was adopted from Korea when I was 4 months old to a white family. Spent a couple years in Pennsylvania when I was a baby. That's where they're from, both of their families. And then we moved to Vermont, which is where I grew up. Vermont was and still is the whitest state in the country. I know, like, when I was younger, I did not want to associate, and this is really common with adoptees, I did not want to associate with other Asian people. Thinking back, just felt like it brought attention to the fact that I was different. Yeah, my parents were those parents that wanted me to be, they always wanted me to embrace my Koreanness and wanted to expose me to Korean culture. And so we went to Disney World, and they have, when I was in, I think, 4th grade, and they have all the different like countries that you go around. You get Germany and Japan and all this stuff. And they didn't have Korea, but they did have China and Japan. And somehow this triggered something for me. So I was really upset, and I was crying in the hotel room and asking why my mom didn't want me. And so that's what sort of triggered my interest in being Korean when I was younger. And once I was interested, my mom pulled out all the stops. There was no internet, there was no anything, and I have no idea how she found all this stuff. She found me a hanbok, she ordered me a hanbok. She found the 3 other Korean families that lived in Vermont. And we have lots of pictures from going to a Chuseok festival that they were doing, and they tied my hanbok properly, because that's actually kind of hard and I still don't know how to do it right. I don't know if they were Korean. I felt like they were Korean cooking classes, but that seems really improbable now. So I think she just got the Korean ladies to teach her how to cook, and she made japchae and mandu from scratch. Mandu, no food processor, no anything, hardcore. So for about a year, I was really interested in being Korean when I was about 10, but I'm not sure how that ended or how I stopped, but at some point I just wasn't really interested anymore. So then I went back to just trying to blend in and not be Korean anymore. The first time I went back was on the Holt Motherland tour, which is a tour specifically for adoptees to go back to Korea. I don't think I was super self-aware at the time, so a lot of it was very I was interested in touristy stuff, and and we did all of that. And then at the end of the trip, they did, for people who are interested, did birth family search information. It was a good experience, but I don't think I was really ready to be that involved. And at that point, I was back in Vermont, so there were 0 Koreans. Really, the first time I really got interested was when I was working for AIDS Walk Atlanta, which was, a big fundraising walk. I got assigned at one point Buford Highway. And I started driving up, and I was like, holy crap, these signs are all in Korean. What? I had no idea that there were all these Koreans in Atlanta. And so the internet was sort of becoming a thing. And so I was able to find the Korean American School of Atlanta. And that's when I started taking Korean classes for the first time. So I took Korean classes for a year, and then took that for a year, and then sort of stopped learning any Korean for about a decade or more. And then somewhere around 2014, I decided I was interested in learning again and found the Atlanta Korean Language Meetup. I went to the first meeting of the sort of revival, and it was really cool, and I liked it. It had actually been sort of defunct, but there was a new person, Megan, who had sort of revived it. So then when Megan went to Korea to teach English, I sort of took over as the organizer for that. And up until the lockdowns in 2020, was super active. I really enjoyed that, and that was probably the biggest thing in my life for that period. So looking for my birth family has been very emotional and draining. And I have been looking for 27 years now. The first time was when I went on the Holt Motherland tour in '95, so it's been 27 years. It's really frustrating. Like everybody who has found their family finds out that, their adoption file is a lie. So the authorities don't want to give you information. I've been back to my orphanage 3 times asking for my records, and they will not give them to me. They tell me that they're destroyed in a fire, which I know is a lie because I know there are other people who were at the orphanage at the same time as me who they told that to, and then later got their information from the orphanage. So I know that that is not true, and it's really frustrating that they have this piece of me that they won't let me have. I'm sort of in the process right now of acknowledging that I'm probably never going to know anything about my biological family, and that's really hard. One thing I've always kind of struggled with is, how do I know when it's time to stop looking? And I think it is, but it's really hard because it's giving up what my name was if I had a name. And I really want to know why I was given up, and knowing that I won't ever know those things is really hard. Part of the reason I have been able to start accepting that I'm never going to know that is that hearing other adoptee stories, and there's still a lot of lies, there's still a lot of unknowns. What their family says happened is different from what the adoption agency says happened, which is different from what the orphanage said happened. Like, I still probably won't know. Even if I found them, I probably still wouldn't know the truth. So I think that's been the biggest factor in making me more willing to accept that I won't ever find them, is that even if I did find them, I probably still wouldn't know the truth. My life now is really actually fantastic. I'm probably the happiest I've ever been. I've been more involved in the Korean adoptee community, and that's been really good. I'm actually going to my first national conference, in the CON conference, in June, and then I'm presenting 2 sessions. One of the sessions that I'm doing is about failed birth family searches and how to deal with that, because it's something that's not talked about a lot. As far as the future, it will hopefully involve a lot of travel. My husband and I like to travel a lot, and we hope in a couple of years to move to Korea for maybe 2 or 3 years. He really likes Korea, likes the food, and has studied the language, and he's super on board with moving to Korea for a few years, so we want to do that. Weirdly, I'm really interested in the bad parts. Like, I want to have to go to like Hueshik and be miserable. I don't know, I want to experience all of it, not just like going to tourist destinations and stuff like that. I guess I sort of want to feel what it would have felt like if I had grown up there. For some reason, yeah, that's important to me, to experience all the craziness that could have been my life. My name is Rayanne Williams, and this is my Korean American story.